Jeahbaes? It's VIKIJ and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here and not yet a Jeahbaes, just click the red subscriber button so it turns from red to gray and that'll make you a Jeahbaes. And who are Jeahbaes? They're my baes who tune in whenever I upload to chit chat and all that about luxury beauty. Today is a really great one, y'all. We are going to be talking about 5 brands and 5 items from each of those brands that I love. We are doing this in collaboration with Hey, it's Jackeline. I love this woman. She is like the embodiment of a woman who has it all, like a superwoman. She is a mama to 3 beautiful babies. She is a wife. She is a businesswoman. And she is a luxury beauty influencer. And this woman is cranking out videos practically daily. I would love for Miss Jackeline to bottle up whatever it is that keeps her going and send me a case because she's phenomenal. She also makes time to give everybody the up-to-the-minute scoop on what's popping in the luxury beauty community. So make sure you follow her on Instagram as well. And of course, subscribe to her YouTube channel so that you can get the down low in the most gorgeous, kindest way possible from one of the beauty community's absolute best. If you are coming over from Hey, it's Jackeline's channel, I just want to say hey to you and welcome, and I hope that you stick around and subscribe to my channel and become a Jeahbaes. Without further ado, let's just jump right on in with Mr. Thomas. That is who I call Tom Ford. We just, you know, we had that kind of relationship, and so I call him Thomas. And I have 5 items, which again, it was very difficult to choose, especially when it comes to complexion, from Thomas, because he really does create some of my favorite foundation formulas. I did manage to narrow it down though, and I have the soft matte foundation, the Traceless Soft Matte. This is the newest of his soft matte foundations. My shade is 10.5 Mocha. It's absolutely perfect for me. I do lean neutral, and Tom tends to create more neutral leaning foundation colors. That's why I think I love his product so much. It comes in his almost traditional, ooh, that's not cute, almost traditional pump that twists up and down, just like that. And it comes in 40 shades. I really love the soft matte look. I love that comfort matte that we're going for these days. And I think that it lasts all day long as I need it to last. And so that's why I chose this one as my favorite out of all of the Tom Ford foundations I own, which I believe at the moment is about 6. So another item that I really love from him is this matte lip lacquer Luxe in the shade Quiver, number 2 Quiver. If you take a look at the bottom there, you'll see that it has a peek at the shade, but I am gonna go ahead and give you guys a swatch as well. It is a gorgeous, again, comfort matte formula, but this one has a little more like transfer resistance. And as you can see, it's kind of a pinky nude. And I think that's really perfect for me because I can wear it with or without a liner. This formula is really gorgeous, and there are lots of shades. If you don't like a matte formula, they do have a vinyl formula as well, which I also have and enjoy. Next product is going to have to be cream eyeshadow from Thomas, and more specifically the cream and powder eye color duos. I have, I think, oh my gosh, hold up, I think I have 5 of the duos, and then I have 2 more of the singles, which is just the cream shadow, but we are talking about these duos. And this is my most recent one. It's called Black Sand. This came out with the new Soleil collection for summer 2021. It is a black cream. Here we are. I am gonna give you guys a swatch of that. So it's a black cream. Beautiful, beautiful formula. Blends out so effortlessly. And then, you gotta keep it fresh, okay? Then you have this topper. And I thought that, oh, I can pull this off. You know, this topper is just like any other topper. It has a green shift to it. Pardon my nails, please. It has a green shift to it that looks really amazing on top. Here it is side by side. And then I'm gonna go ahead and tap right there so that you can see how it looks on top of the black. And there you have Black Sand. I mean, just flawless. And this is such a light formula on the eyes. So you're not gonna get all that fallout. You're not gonna get that crepiness that you can get like creasing and clinging to all of your folds of your delicate lid skin. You're not gonna get that with Thomas. This is so stunning. And you can wear this in the daytime. Just go really light with the cream, or forego the cream altogether and just use the topper on your lids with a little bronzer in the crease. I mean, pretty much flawless no matter how you slice. It's got a cute mirror on the inside. You can do one eye at a time and be able to look at yourself in the mirror. They are just perfect. They're so perfect. I love these, and I'm really obsessed with cream shadows. So these in particular are my absolute favorite across any luxury brand that I own. Next up, I mean, I can't do this without doing some quads. And I have two of my favorites right here. So Tom Ford Quads Wet Dry formula is probably my absolute favorite of the two formulas. And I have two colorways here based on my mood. So I have a warm and I have a neutral. Here is my baby Body Heat, and it was really, it was really tough to choose between Body Heat and Honeymoon, but I think what really does it for me is the depth, and it doesn't have that purple leaning that Honeymoon does. So I like this one because it's warm and more like reddish leaning, hence Body Heat, right? And so I wear this one very often, and honestly I can just use this or this as a crease color and one of these two as a lid shade for daytime, and then for something a little more sultry, use this as a lid shade and then go in here. Either way, actually, I think either way this works, but I would use this one as a lid shade and then go in with some depth right here. Love Body Heat. And then for something a little more neutral, a little softer, but still very glitzy, I love this one, which is the traditional formula of Visionnaire. Visionnaire was like a surprise to me. I was like, oh, you know, I'll try it, because I got it from the cosmetic company store, and I said, you know, I'll try it, that's fine. But the one that I want to show you, the one that really did it for me, is this topper shade. This topper shade reminds me so much of the toppers that are in the eyeshadow duo. It's so lightweight, and it is absolutely perfect. Let me go ahead and show you the rest of the shades. I mean, while we're here, you know, you've got this really nice, surprisingly pinky shade because it looks very red in the pan. Then you've got this green that just looks incredible on the eye. And then you've got your depth right there. So you just go in with that in the transition area. You can add this shade and then go on top of it with this. And what I like to do is use this as an inner corner highlight. Very surprising, just right on that lower lash line kind of, and then bring everything else around to the lower lash line. It's stunning, it's subtle, and you can really, it like sets the stage for a bold lip, which is something I often like to do. So for the traditional formula, Visionnaire. For the wet dry formula, Body Heat. And last but not least from Mr. Thomas, we have the incomparable Luxe glosses. I have 12 of these. Why do I have 12 $55 glosses? Well, here we are. Here is why. Oh, first of all, these smell amazing. Look at that glass like sheen. These have the most incredible formula. And this shade right here is my very first one. This is my baby. This is 19 Smoked Glass. I mean, it is just the most delicious grape colored gloss. This feels like butter on your lips. It smells so pretty and sweet and yummy. The formula keeps your lips nourished for a very long time, and it's non-sticky. I can't talk about it without smiling. I hope you guys, I hope you notice the fact that I am just like so incredibly beside myself about this formula. All it took was smoked glass. This is the first one I tried it on my birthday a couple of years ago, and I was like, wow. And I thought that a gloss was a gloss was a gloss, you know? You gotta try one. It's in the same packaging as Tom Ford's Shade and Illuminate. Look at how luxe, how weighty, stunning. And you can actually find them at the cosmetic company store now. Like if you have a cosmetic company store near you, you can purchase these for half the price, 60% off in fact. So $24. Get as many as you want. As many as they have, go for it. Those are my top 5 for Mr. Thomas, aka Tom Ford. Next is Chanel. Let's get into Chanel, and let's start with what has to be one of my favorite foundations and one that I am wearing today, and that is Beige Healthy Glow Foundation. Did not ever think that I would be wearing something that was called Healthy Glow, but she is banging. Like, she is just amazing. And my shade is BD 131. This is a very lightweight formula. It doesn't take full coverage to make your face look flawless with this. I use about 3 pumps because I feel like the pump on this is kind of short. I could probably get away with 2 pumps with an average pump, you know? The pump on this does dole out a smaller amount of product. So I use 3 pumps, 1 on each cheek, 1 on the forehead. And it gets a really nice medium coverage. It covers my hyperpigmentation. The shade match is really, really good. 131, BD 131 is literally my skin in a bottle. It's incredible. Love the packaging, nice and simple, yet sleek and elegant. And this wears really nicely for a glowy foundation. Like, your skin feels nourished, but it doesn't look greasy. It doesn't look oily. And I do have oily skin, oily skin type in my T-zone. And I feel like this doesn't exaggerate or aggravate that and cause me to become super oily. I do get like a little something, a little glistening in this little area right here, and I can just kind of touch that up and go about the rest of my day. Speaking of touching up, the next product is the Podre Universal Libre Natural Finish Loose Powder in the shade 121. Again, very, very beautiful formula, beautiful shade match. And I can use this, if I were, for example, to purchase a lighter shade, I can actually use it under my eyes. I feel like it's not a super heavy powder and it won't weigh down my eyes and make them look crepey. A lot of people said that the formula changed and they didn't like it. Unfortunately, I can't really speak to the original formula because I purchased it later on, but I like it. I like it. I think it works really great. I use a nice big fluffy powder brush to just dust it around the perimeter of my face, and I think it's incredible. I reach for it more often than, for example, my Fenty powder or my By Terry powder even. This is, as far as loose powder to set my face, this is the one. Next is for the eyes, and I don't have a ton of the quads, even though I do find the formula really beautiful. I prefer the liquid for Chanel, and these are the Ombre Premier Lock, and this is the shade 32 Vastness. This is my favorite of the ones that I have, and I just need to show you a swatch because this is such a gorgeous color. Oh my goodness, it's like a taupey purple. Look at that. Oh, look at how smooth and perfect that is. This with Visionnaire from Tom Ford, just over. Okay, like, it is over. It's so good. And this is a very thin formula, so it's, once it dries, it's not going to transfer, and it's also not going to exaggerate texture. It's perfect. You have to try it out if you haven't already. This is my favorite color. I do have another one I'll be happy to show you. Don't know where my third one is, but I have these two right at the ready. So Rising Sun number 24. Isn't that a gorgeous shade, you guys? Here she is. Look at that. Beautiful kind of orangey peachy shade. and they're cooling to the touch. They've got just enough like shimmer, but the glitter in here or the micro glitter is not going to fall off once the eyeshadow dries. Just try one. And they're on sale very often on the Nordstrom website. So go ahead and give them a try. I promise you won't be disappointed, especially Vastness. Vastness has got to be the most beautiful, universally flattering shade. And I had that one on the longest, and look. Don't you just love a good luxury product? Next, for lip products, it was really difficult to narrow it down with Chanel, but I find the one that I'm reaching for most often would be Reuler Ink. These are the ones with the gold cap here, and this is the shade 180 Chocolate. Ooh, honey. Get into that. Comfort Matte, stays put. I often use this as a liner. So if I'm wearing a shade that is, I don't know, not as flattering on its own, I'll go ahead and put this on because it's very lightweight. So I'll put this on, give my lips a little, you know, blend, and then put whatever color I want on top of it, and it just looks perfect. And it's such a deep, rich brown, but it's also still warm, so I think it looks good with most lip shades. It's absolutely gorgeous on its own as well. And last but not least, for Chanel, Perles de Lumière, the highlighter. This is absolutely stunning. I don't know who this wouldn't look good on. Let me go ahead and show you a swatch, because you're thinking it's gonna be this like peachy shade, and yeah, I mean, when you look at it, here it is, but then you go to blend this out on the cheeks, not a glitter speck in sight, just gleaming, beaming, sophisticated highlight. No one's gonna know you have highlight on. It is so beautiful. This is unreal. Like, even in person, as I'm looking at my hand, I can't see glitter, but it is so luminous. It is absolutely exactly what they said, pearlescent. It's absolutely gorgeous. I reached for this so much that, and I only had this for maybe a couple of months, but look at the CCs. This has been loved, seriously loved, and I'm just, you know, this has made me addicted to their highlighters. If this is the formula that you're gonna give me, I will buy whatever highlighter you have, Chanel. I absolutely live. Next on the list is the good old Christian Dior. And Dior, this was difficult for complexion for me again, because Dior has some of the best complexion products from the fashion houses, bar none. And so it was tough, but I did manage to narrow it down to something that I waited a really long time to try. And once I tried it, if I could actually kick myself, I would have kicked myself, you guys. Dior Face and Body, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Dior Face and Body. Oh my gosh. This is such great foundation. Like, no frills packaging. It's still quite luxe, you know. This is the Backstage line. It's a little more affordable because it's intended for makeup artists, and it's not like in the super luxe packaging, but this formula is every bit as great as the stuff that is in the luxe packaging. I would dare say like the best one. It has this perfect kind of soft matte finish to it. It's the same shade range that you've come to expect from Dior, so I'm using 6N in this shade here, but I could very easily use 5N as well. And like, a little goes a really long way. You've got this little squeezy tube here, because again, it's, you know, intended for makeup artists. So you've got this little squeezy tube. It's a plastic container. So, I mean, you could totally travel with this as well. And it's just a great formula. It lasts beautifully, minimal transfer. Like, I will sweat with this. Give myself a second and just dab with a paper towel, and almost nothing will be on the paper towel. I don't like, and I haven't heard of a single skin type that doesn't like it. It's very universal. So absolutely give this a try. If you've been thinking about it like, oh, I've had that in my cart and blah, 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 absolutely pull the trigger. Go for it, because it's a great, great formula. And another great formula that goes beautifully with it, and beautifully with every other foundation I've ever put it with, is the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. This is 5N, And look at it. I wanted to be very real with you guys and show you that I use this. Like, it is more than halfway gone. And this is a large concealer container. You can use it as a foundation, and it is gorgeous as a foundation. You can use it just as concealer, spot treat, whatever you want to do. This is so beautiful. And it is the type of formula that applies enough coverage to take care of, you know, some minimal darkness, discoloration, things like that. It will take care of that in a way that is very natural looking. It blends effortlessly with your fingers, with a sponge, with a brush. It just doesn't even matter. And it wears so gorgeously, so effortless. It's just, you look like you in the best possible form when you wear this concealer. The applicator is nice and big. If you, like I said, if you want to use it as a foundation, it's not going to take you forever to get this all over your face. Just a couple swipes and then blend her in. That's it. And we have got to talk about these quints, y'all, because these quints were newly formulated and they're incredible. They're absolutely incredible. I have 7 right now, and I fully intend to round that up to 10 because they've released some newer shades recently and I have to try them. But I want to show you my 2 favorites so far. This is New Look. New Look is number 599. This is the color story we're getting. I love the cool / neutralness of it. I like that it has, you know, 2 options for depth. I can use this as a crease shade or this cool tone brown as a crease shade. And then you've got a topper. You always get a topper, and you have 2 lid shade options. So if I'm going for something a little more daytime, I'll go here. A little more evening sultry, I'll go here. So you can get 2 to 3 looks just right off the bat. You can do one and done. You can, you know, and then maybe just tap a little sparkle on top if that's what you're looking for. It's just, you know, you can do an all matte look, or you can add in your satins. I see 5 looks because that's the kind of creative girl I am. But right off the bat, they already, when you get the box, they give you two options for how to wear your quint. The mirror size is really good on this. Like, you can see almost your whole face, which is great. Of course, it does come with some nice travel brushes. And I like that these are, like, you actually get a brush with one. That's another thing I thought was really great. This new formula is bomb. You'll probably say, oh, I'll just get one. I don't really wear a lot of makeup or whatever. And then you will find yourself wanting to try some color. And that is where this girl comes in. This is number 579, Jungle. So you want to try some color. It's not going to be intimidating color, okay? So we've got a really beautiful coral shade here. We've got a nice transition shade or crease shade, depending on your skin tone. You've got a beautiful vibrant green and then a deep green here. And of course you have a topper that is going to give you kind of a warm champagne. This is phenomenal. I believe this is my first quint. And this is what made me say I need more. It's so incredible. Denim is also like a contender as well. I have denim and I love it. If you haven't tried Dior's quints in a while, I would highly recommend you try this new formula, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how well it performs. Last but certainly not least, my friends, it is another highlight, and this is from the winter collection. It was placed under the blush category, so it's Rouge Blush Golden Nights, number 310. And would you please just have a look at this? Somebody come look at this. I bet you're saying to yourself now, VIKIJ. Sis, what the hell are you doing with this highlighter? Is that chalk? What is this? Now hold on. You know, if I'm telling you it's my favorite, that's because it works, girl. So stand back for a second. All right. Look at what she's giving. Look at that pale yellow gold beauty. Okay. There's no chalk in here. There is some micro glitter in this. You are gonna get that twinkle, and that is because, I mean, it's a holiday release, but the twinkle, so fine. Very fine twinkle. It just catches the light. It doesn't disrupt, it doesn't emphasize texture. She's a beauty. Look at that. And it's just enough yellow to be flattering on many different skin tones. I wouldn't say the palest of the pale could wear this, because then it'll show up as yellow. But if you are like a medium skin tone, light medium even, all the way up to rich skin tones with golden undertones, I'd say this would be incredibly flattering on you. Okay, friends, as my dear sis Jackeline would say, we've got one more from Dior. And this is one of the newer items, and one that has become a fast favorite of mine. I really didn't think anything could replace another bronzer that I'm going to show you later on, but it did. And that is the Dior Forever Natural Bronze in number 8. My word. Look. Do you even see the word Dior anymore? And I just got it, you guys. I just got this like maybe 6 weeks ago. But look at her. That's how much I love it. I reach for it almost every single time I go to bronze. And I looked and I compared it to the Charlotte, to the Gucci, to the LYS, the ones that I use a lot. And it is very similar in tone, but it is just neutral enough to be like a bronzer. And I think that's why I like it, because then I can skip a step. It blends in just as beautifully as a Gucci or a Charlotte, etc. It blends in incredibly beautifully. It's a little more compact, you know, a little more travel friendly, but still got my luxury to it. This is actually a cushion. Yeah, this is like spot on. This is perfect. This is fabulous. And you did good, Dior. She's so freaking beautiful. And I have seen several people in many different skin tones and many different shade ranges for this bronzer rave about it. So if you've been thinking about her, please do. Please do. We've got Westman Atelier next on the docket. First product I picked up from Westman was the foundation, Vital Skin. I have shades 11 and 12 right here. And the reason that I have these two out is these are the two that I would use if I was doing like my full complexion with it. But for my entire face, I use 12, and to highlight like a concealer, I use 11. Get into the packaging, okay? Number 1, Miss Gucci Westman giving us true luxury here. These are very weighted. The name is engraved on the stick and inside the cap there. Two-tone metal. Incredible clean formula. This is clean luxury beauty. So that's number 12. Really good shade. Really good shade. And then number 11, just a little more golden. So these are the two shades that I use the most often. I do have 13, so when I'm a little bit deeper, I would use number 13. They go up to shade 18, which includes a shade expansion. So if you are interested and you're a little deeper than myself, I would definitely encourage you to try it out. There are at least there's at least 3 more shades deeper than myself, and then the other 2 shades are half shades, so they're like in between existing shades, which I think is really great. This formula looks like a second skin, and it wears really nicely for a stick foundation. I would liken the feel of the formula to that of Merit or Hourglass, the Vanish Stick Foundation. It definitely blends out beautifully with your fingers or with a brush. I don't think it blends that well with a sponge. I don't use sponges very often anyway, but definitely with a brush or with your hands would be ideal. Listen, best cream blush, period. The end. Gucci Westman cornered the market, and that is just all she wrote. I was going to show you just one shade, but I'm going to show you all the ones I have because they're stunning, and I think I want one more. Like, you can very easily get addicted to these. Let me scoot y'all over a little bit. All right, y'all. Got my 3 blush sticks, and these are called the Baby Cheeks blush sticks. We have Doo Doo. We have Bichette, one of the newest colors. And Popette. Look at that vibrancy. Incredible. Look at these blush colors. Look at that richness. Creamy. You can tell that's creamy. These blend out over powder or under. You know, like you can put it on first and then powder over it, or you can have already set your face and go right on ahead and put these on top. Gucci's formula is fantastic on these blushes. If I were a complexion that could wear all of them, I would own all of them. They're absolutely beautiful. But if you're my shade or a little deeper, you're gonna wanna look at these three right here. So once again, that is Papette, Bichette, and Doudou. I know y'all are looking like, girl, calm down. But I'm a makeup enthusiast, and I'm enthusiastic about my makeup, especially luxury makeup that performs beautifully and makes my makeup application effortless. So, Westman, get into her. Next up is the Lit Up Highlight Stick. Now there are 3 of these as well, and I'm gonna go right ahead and show you all 3. I was gonna try to make this short, y'all. I'm so sorry, but you gotta see the options, you know? And if I've got them, why not share them with you? She has 3 in the range, and I love all 3. The first one I picked up was the first one that she had, and that was this one right here, which is Lit. Lit is an opalescent highlighter that has a purple shift, at least on my complexion. It's probably a little different depending on your skin tone, but that's what I get from the opalescence is purple. And then you have Nectar, a peachy gold. This one, I feel like anybody could wear. Nectar is the most popular because anybody can wear that shade. I love it, and I reach for it most often out of all 3 of these. Finally, for deeper complexions, we have Brulee. You can still use this as a blush. You see how that blends right into my skin there? I mean, you just swipe this on where you're going to highlight before you put your base on, or you can just take a sponge and dab it on when you're almost done with your complexion. I mean, this formula really does, it's pretty foolproof. It's not gonna lift your base or anything. I like to put it on first though. I like to put it on first because then if you put on a nice light, like tinted moisturizer or something like that, you look like J-Lo might ask you what that doing. The Lit Up Highlight Sticks, you might think it's greasy. It's not. It's not. It's just an incredibly lightweight balm that is going to make you look ultra radiant without any glitter, without any shimmer. It just makes you look beaming. Next up is probably the best highlighter on the face of the earth. The most universally flattering shade on the planet. You ask anybody who has used Peau de Pêche, and they will tell you. Westman Atelier's Super Loaded Tinted Highlighter in Peau de Pêche has got to be like one of the best things since sliced bread, period. Period, the end. I mean, what do you think? Okay, because she's right there. She's right there. All over the face. How are we liking her? Good grief, friends. Get a load of the Super Loaded. Under or over your makeup. It's the most perfect consistency. You take a sponge, you take your finger, you like, do what you want. Do what you want, friends. To put this on. I just live. I really do. It's got this like a little peach, a little neutrality, a little bit of pewter happening here. Like it's just, let me blend it out. Cause y'all gotta see this. Look at that blended out. It's lightweight even though it looks rather thick, and it feels very putty-like when you're touching it, but then you go to blend it out on your skin and it's just like, ooh. I'm like, just, all right, girl, hey, good morning. You needed me to get to work? I'm here. Let's go. You know? And then the packaging, like when you get this in the mail, honey, you're gonna want to carry it around. And it's gonna, you're gonna know it's there because it is heavy. So yes. Just yes. And you can take your pick because there are 3 to choose from. There's Peau de Soleil if you prefer a warmer highlight. There's Peau de Pêche is the one that's like the happy medium, and then Peau de Rosé is a light rosy pink. Last but not least is the one and only lip product like this, the one and only lip product that comes in a compact, because they just released some beautiful tinted lip balms. But this is the Lip Suede, and this is the red collection. And as you can see, I've definitely played with her. So you get a red, or a rouge rather, for every occasion. I'll go ahead and swatch them. And you can use a nice little lip brush to, you know, get the color, or you can just use your fingers, because it is the perfect size for finger application. It gives a stain, or you can go for a full bold lip. You can do whatever you want with this, and I like that versatility. I can also just mix. I can take a little, like maybe a mini spatula and just take a palette and mix the colors if I want. And they do last. These have some great staying power. A little more staying power than your traditional lipstick. And so I wasn't sure. I think this was like my third order from Westman, because I wasn't sure if I really was going to use it, but I do. Like I said, this packaging, it just makes you feel so luxe. And then last but not least, we got Gucci Gang, 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 you guys. Ugh. I can't tell you how excited I was when they came out with this foundation. I lost it. I totally lost it. I had to be one of the first people to review this, and I did. There it is. And then I loved it so much that I just wanted to know what everyone else thought of it, and I made a playlist. There it is. And this one is my perfect shade. This is 420 Neutral, and it's just gorgeous. I mean, look at this packaging. First of all, you get the cute little pink and gold, you know, very consistent with the brand across the board. And the shade range was great. It was 40 shades. I will say that I wish that they had given us in each shade the option of warm, neutral, cool for each one, because I found that a lot of people were having trouble finding their shade, because if they went up a shade, it was going to be one particular undertone that either did or didn't work for them. So I really feel like when Gucci does the shade expansion, see, I didn't say if, I said when, because I believe in Gucci, that they will give us, you know, a few more, okay? Some in-between shades, because we really do need that. This formula is stunning. I love the soft matte feel of it. I do find that people with dry skin don't really jive with it, but everybody else seems to have a perfectly fine time as long as they have their shade. It is a nice soft matte. You want to use a moisturizing primer if you are like combo and maybe dry in as part of your combo. You're gonna want to use a moisturizing primer. Myself, I just use my Fenty primer or Makeup Forever, something like that. I don't really need a super gripping primer for this. It does what it needs to do already. I find it to be very transfer resistant, and then when you add the powder, you know, you're good to go. So I do love to reach for this. I find this to be one of my definitely top 10 right now for luxury foundation. You know something is really popping when you can't wait for it to get to the States, like you need it right away. When you're like, I need that now. I'm gonna go ahead and hit up the good old UK. I'm not gonna wait for that to come to the States, because honestly, if you waited for it to come to the States, it was gonna be like a year. So I am talking about the Gucci setting powder. Podre de Beauté, honey. This is number 11. This is one that I got second, because I got shade 8. I really just was not sure. It doesn't matter. I can wear both. So shade 11 is what I have here. It does look like it has hard pan. It does not. I use this all the time. And you go right in here, and you can actually, they include a powder puff for you. And so this is my skin tone shade. Works perfectly for that. And then number 8 I use in, you know, like a brightening powder. Again, consistency in the packaging. I mean, like, let's have a look right there, right? This is a powder that is one of those things where, again, I have to remind myself to use a different powder and to like use other things in my collection, because, you know, hello girl, you have a big collection. So I definitely I love this powder. If you haven't tried it and you've been meaning to try it, it is now available in the States. You can get it from Sephora, you can get it from the department stores, and it is full, like it is a great powder. You can just go in with a light hand with a synthetic brush, for example, or you can, if you need a little more powder, right, if you're a little more oily, go in with like a natural hair brush, or with a heavier hand with it. But either way, it's gonna be very flattering. It's gonna not impart a lot of color to what you already have, so it's not gonna change the color of your foundation too much. And I think it's just a really great formula, and most people that have used it enjoy it a lot. Next up is another like highly coveted product from the Gucci line, and that is the bronzer. This is the Eclat Soleil Podre de Beauté, and this is shade 5. This is the deepest shade, so they have 5 shades. I find that the shade range is a little, it's not extreme, but it's defined, right, in undertones. So each shade, you're not guessing what that undertone is, you know what it is. And in this case, it's red. This is a very red bronzer. And I intentionally do this. I intentionally leave my makeup the way it is when I use it, because I want people to know I use my makeup. Now, you do get a brush with it. It's still in the plastic, as you can see. I'm not gonna use that brush. I need a nice big old brush. That's why the edges are all like, going like this to put on my bronzer. And I also haven't taken the tape off the mirror. Like I just use another mirror, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, these are refillable. They are stunning. The product itself is amazing. You get an air-like blend when you use this. So if you think you're somebody who doesn't know how to put on bronzer, or that you're gonna get like, it's gonna be choppy, or it's gonna be, it's gonna skip on liquid, it doesn't. It just doesn't. This product is foolproof, and it is worth whatever you pay for it. I believe this is in the 60s. It's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. And before Christian Dior came along with their bronzer, this was the one I couldn't put down. And I think it's obvious by the way that it looks, right? This was at least a full 3 inches longer than this when I got it. This is the powder brow pencil, y'all. This is the shade Brun. I'm telling you that because I can't show it to you because all the lettering is worn off. This is my favorite brow pencil right now. Here's the spoolie. The spoolie is nice and chunky, and then it is a sharpening style pencil. It does come with its own sharpener. I'll show you what that looks like right here. Little baby says Gucci, so cute. And this is, let me show you what this looks like. It's a powder pencil, so it's a powder formula in a pencil. This puts the color where you need it without giving you harsh lines. It's a soft pencil, so then you fill in your sparse areas and blend it out. So I would advise, if you are somebody who is looking for this pencil is not gonna give you hair-like strokes. So if you have very sparse brows, like you need to add you need to draw on your brows, this isn't going to work for you. I would advise you to use like a more waxy formula, or like the twist up pens, or even a pomade, something like that. But this is for somebody who already likes their brow shape, feels like they have a decent amount of brows, right? But they just need to fill in a few spaces and, you know, give a nice soft fill. That's what I love about this, because I already have full eyebrows. I just need, you know, just a couple of areas a little bald, and I just go ahead and put that in there, and then I brush it through, and boom, brows, cute brows, realistic brows. And that's what I love about it. So easy. The last product for this entire video is going to be the best matte lipstick formula right now in bullet form, and that is Gucci Gang Gang Gang. I have never been, since the matte trance formula from Pat McGrath, I have not been as entranced as entangled with a lipstick the way I have been with these Gucci matte lipsticks. And they have a full range of finishes. They have balms, they have metallics, they have satins, they have shimmers, and they have matte. And matte has to be the best of all of them. You ask anybody who has a Gucci lipstick. Come on, go ahead and ask them. I'll wait. Which one is that the girl? Okay, matte. And this is the first one I picked up, Mona Leslie Cameo. Get into that color. Vervain, you are about to have to move out the way, girl, because I want to put this on right now. I love these colors, all of the colors. Like, if I had enough room to house all the colors, I'd have all the colors. Because I've got 12 of these. I have 12 Gucci lipsticks and only 3 of them are not matte. Sophie Plum, Agatha Orange, Virginia Fleur de Lis, Eau de Lis Red. I'm trying to think of every name. Love Before Breakfast. Like, they are so gorgeous. The shades are just phenomenal. There's a shade for every single person, every single mood. You can see how every shade will look on every skin tone. They have it. And the formula is such that it is very moisturizing and comfortable, but provides the look of a matte, not the feel. And it's just phenomenal. You have to try a Gucci matte lip. If you have a Sephora that carries Gucci in store, once we're allowed back to swatch, you have to check them out. Just get your arm, just do this and go to town, because you're gonna find something that you're gonna fall in love with. The Painted Veil. Give me a second. Well, we've been here this long, we may as well just look at them all, right? Look at the Painted Veil. This girl. She is the light-skinned cousin to Mona Leslie cameo. The Painted Veil, Mona Leslie cameo. What did I tell you? These two together, get your life. Oh my God. Then, Love Before Breakfast, the Wise Girls, baby. Here's Love Before Breakfast. I'm like a proud mama. 3 Wise Girls. Ah, they're so pretty. They're so pretty, y'all. Oh. Oh my God. Eau de Lis. Eau de Lis Red. Ooh. Showing off. Gucci showing off. Agatha Orange. This one has been used so much that I have to be careful because the bullet broke, and I don't care because I love it. Look at Agatha ma'am. Agatha Sistren. Painted Veil, we already did that. All right, I'm gonna show you the next 3. These are the last 3 mattes. I'm just gonna show you the mattes. Because gosh, I know y'all ready to go. We've got Tony Purple. Look at that. I already know what you're thinking. I already know. I hear you. Virginia Fleur de Lis. Now you get right on out of town. You get to stepping. All right. And last but not least, child, Tasty the Hazel. This is the one I couldn't think the name of, and it is so sick. Get one of these. Like, I don't be telling anybody what to do. I try not to. But my God, I stand for these lipsticks. I'm not playing with y'all. Look at all this. Look at all the occasions you can wear these colors. Look how creamy they look. Look at, these are so good. I am just reclamped. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. That is my 5 brands top 5. Thank you so much to Hey It's Jackeline. I'm like, I want to crack up because I am just a mess. Thank you to Hey It's Jackeline for collaborating with me. Thank you for coming to visit if you've never been to my channel before. And thank you to my Jeahbaes that keep coming on back. If you are not yet a Jeahbae, do me a favor and yourself a favor. And go ahead and click that red subscriber button so it turns from red to gray and you become a Jeahbae. I'd love to expand the Jeahbae fam. In the meantime, go ahead and thumbs up this video if you like the video so I know you like the video. Comment in the comment section. Let me know which of these products was your favorite. Let me know what your favorite brands are and what your top 5 is. I would love to know your top 5. Let's chit chat and all that in the comment section about luxury beauty as we do. Everything that you need is in the description box, including Jackeline's video. And I love y'all for watching. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye.